Google Website Analytics is going to be an integral tool to your work as an SEO. You've most likely heard of Google Analytics. It's a tool provided by the search giant that lets you monitor all of the metrics concerning your website and its visitors. You can find out things, useful insights such as, how many people are visiting, what pages they're landing on, where they're coming from, what source they're coming from, what they're doing when they arrive on your website, how many minutes are they spending on the pages, what's the bounce rate, what's the exit rate. There's tons of different metrics. There's lots of cool advanced reporting that you can do with Google Analytics. If you've never used Google Analytics before, it's pretty straightforward and simple to use. You would just have to, integrate your site and just verify it. They give you a small snippet of code that you can just add into your website. It's pretty basic and straightforward to use. But head over to Google and just Google Analytics, and there's a link right there, and just click on it and get that set up. One important thing that I wanted to, now there's a lot of different things that you can do with Google Analytics, but I'm not going to get into tons of the advanced stuff right now with you guys. I might save that for a different course, but I do want to make a couple of important points to you because there are some cool things that you can do with analytics, but then again, there are some core things that you want to do in order to track some of the important stuff that's going on with your website. One point that I wanted to point out to you is when you do set up analytics is to ensure that you exclude your IP address. You don't want to have a bunch of extraneous traffic on your reports that doesn't really apply. It's going to throw all of your statistics off, conversion, pages, pages read, time spent on those pages, so on and so forth. So just go into the administration section and go into the filters and exclude your IP address. It's pretty straightforward to do that. And I do want to discuss a few of the things that are important with Google Analytics. There are 5 different sections that are pretty important. You have the traffic sources and acquisitions, the clicks that are coming in, where they're coming from, so on and so forth. If you are running CPC, cost per click campaigns, such as through AdWords, you can actually link those two together. That's kind of useful, and then you can actually put in conversion metrics, and you can study whether or not those people that are coming from AdWords, if they're converting into customers. That's pretty important. But of course, I'm assuming that you're not doing the AdWords stuff because this is an SEO course and we're focusing on organic search traffic. But it's important to set it up and set it up properly, because we want to find out when people actually arrive on our site, what are they doing, and were we able to convert those visitors into customers. The time metrics are important because we want to find out how much time are they spending on our website, how much time are they spending on the different pages, and also the content drill down, not only what page they landed on, where did they go from there, what did they do on your website, and then where did they leave from. You can glean some important insights into your website by finding out where they came, what page they landed on, what they did after that, and then where they left from. Were they unhappy with the page? Do you find most customers leaving from the pricing page? What's going on with your website? So this is all really, really important stuff. Keywords doesn't so much apply anymore to Google Analytics. You can get this information from Webmaster Tools. So hopefully you've already set up Google Webmaster Tools. Now, bounce rate and exit rate. Those are two important things that you want to pay careful attention to. The bounce rate is, when a person arrives on your website, what percentage of them are bouncing? What percentage of them are leaving right away? And high bounce rates, can indicate a couple of different things. They can either indicate that, they weren't happy with your website. Maybe it took too long to load. Maybe they didn't like, how it looked, how the content was laid out, or what they read. But it also could indicate that they found the information that they were looking for. And the only way to kind of correlate that is to see how much time they spent on the page. The exit rate is a little bit different. Exit rate is what did they do after that? What percentage of people went from that page to other pages? So what was the exit rate? So those are all important metrics to kind of keep in mind when you're implementing Google Analytics. But absolutely, definitely set up Google Analytics and start tracking your traffic. It's going to be kind of cool to watch where your website visitors are coming from. In the beginning, it might be a little bit frustrating also, because if you're brand new, you might not see too much traffic coming into your site, but that's okay. Stay committed to it. But you definitely want to have that set up so that we can track all sorts of cool stuff that's going on with our websites.